Alright, so this video is what my solar setup looks like from inside. And we got this power strip here. These two top terminals, which I have to make sure I don't touch. Those are my three big panels, which are 20 watts a piece at 10 amps a piece. So that's 200 watts a piece since there's three of them, times three, so that's 600 watts. This next one down, these two terminals where, let me disconnect that light so you can see it. These two terminals are to a 5 volt, 5 amp panel that I have outside. I use that one to charge the ultra capacitors, low voltage, high amperage. And this bottom one here, these last two terminals, is a roughly 3 volt panel at 1 amp that I use to recharge rechargeable batteries. And the three panels that run at the top, I have them hooked up to their own voltmeter. Not sure if you could see that, but it goes in tens, so this is 10. So right now it's at about 20 volts. And it's not, we got cloud cover, so that's 20 volts in the shade. When it's full sun, it usually spikes to about 25. And these are all the dump loads. This little light is for, it's a 120 AC bulb from a microwave, but DC current lights it up, and that's my dump load for the bigger panels, the 20 volt at 10 amps, the three of those that I have. And this spinning fan here is the dump load for my 5 volt, 5 amp panel, which runs through four, what are they? 25,000 microfarad capacitors. And times 4, they're all running parallel, as you can see. And their wire runs right up to the middle here, which is, like I said, the 5 volt at 5 amp. So basically, the bigger ones, the ones that don't charge batteries or capacitors, they all run through here, and then they go down and around, sparing you all the theatrics of the wiring. It runs to the charge controller here, and this is a 40 amp relay. So I have another relay I could connect to this one in parallel in case I want to do 80 amps. But all that runs down into this. Currently the battery's fully charged, so I don't have it hooked up, but I'll hook it up just so you can see what it does. And it turns on the capacitor. This is a regular audio capacitor that you would see in a car for, high wattage stereo systems. But it gives me a readout, so there's 12.4 volts in the battery. And this is a 1500 watt power inverter, which changes DC to AC current. I mean, I could plug something in so you can see how it works, but I'm just trying to make this quick just so you could see the whole setup. And back here, amidst all the wires, this is a 250 amp fuse, just in case there's a surge, just in case lightning strikes the solar panels. It won't blow up the battery and the whole system. But let me do some quick readouts. Well, both these lights come on, meaning I just plugged it in and it's not doing anything. As you can see, the power is still going to the dump load. If I hold this for 5 seconds, 1. Okay, when the red light comes on, that sets your low voltage. So let's just say I wanted 12.4, which is fully charged, to be my low. And I just press and hold it for 5 more seconds. It flashes green, you'll see the dump load cuts off. And it starts charging, which, it takes a little while, especially when it's shady outside. It doesn't charge as quick, but in full sun, it'll charge that battery from dead in about an hour, hour and a half. It's an Optima yellow top battery, but it's sealed lead acid, so I don't have to worry about any, lead acid vapors getting in the house. If you do use regular lead acid batteries, highly recommended that you have the batteries outside and run your wiring inside to your power inverter. But this particular one is it's only about 38 amps, 38 amp hours, so it's not much, but it will run like a refrigerator or lighting or whatever through the inverter for a little while. It's good to have if you have a lot of power outages. I mean, I mainly use it for power tools and stuff like that up here, so that whenever I'm working in this room, I can have my power tools and everything run off of green power. And this kill switch is here just in case there's a surge, or if something's just not working right, I smell smoke, I kill that switch and it kills all the main power from the two big panels. But as you can see, the voltage on this just dropped from 20 volts to about 13. That's because the battery's charging. Once you start to charge the battery, you get a lot of resistance through it. And this voltmeter is for the 5 volt 5 amp, which it just spiked a little bit, but it's in the shade right now, so it's only about 2.5 volts. And so this little spinning CD right here is the dump load for the panel that I use to charge my AA and AAA batteries, which I have a little setup right here. This is what I plug into it when I need to charge batteries. You can do AA or AAA. And I have two regular, your basic run-of-the-mill DC capacitors in parallel. These are only, what are the farads on these? 330 microfarads each. And, I just run these positive to positive and negative to negative on the panel and put the batteries in. And usually they charge so much faster with the panels than they do if it was actually plugged into the wall. In general, even on a shady day like today, it would only take about 2.5 hours to fully charge a AA or a AAA from nothing. So I just basically wanted to give an overview of what the system looks like. I've had people ask me before, and I've basically just been too lazy to do a video on it, so I apologize. But basically, that's it in a nutshell. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. I'm all ears.